And we're live. Good evening from South Korea. Welcome back to the podcast you've always waited for, The Power of Gratitude. Well, welcome everyone today, and I'll let my sister introduce herself and I'll come back with my introduction.
Okay, good evening or good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching us from. My name is Ijoma, or you can call me Blessing. I'm a mom of three wonderful kids. I'm a digital business mentor, and also I am from Nigeria, but I'm here in South Korea with my family. Yes, we are back again in our usual broadcast Tuesday and Thursday. Stay tuned so you can hear what we have to share today. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for the introduction. I myself am Spiff. I'm also a Nigerian and I'm a digital business mentor as well as a family man. So tonight we are back again with the power of gratitude. As we've always said, gratitude is very important in every aspect of our lives. And for today, the focus topic that we'll be treating under gratitude is gratitude improves relationships, helps in developing empathy. As we all know, in human relationships, expressions of awareness of the other's needs is important, whether be it through empathy, sympathy, or unfortunately, sometimes even apathy. But the fact is, what's most important is that we show that we recognize how the other person feels. So today, we will look at how gratitude helps us to improve our relationships, hopefully through empathy and sympathy, not apathy. And then we also go on to see how we can even develop ourselves in improving in our empathetic feelings. So, without any further ado, let's continue to the main topic of today, which is stronger relationships. My sister, you may want to take this part first, please.
Okay. Like you guys know that we have been treating this topic, the power of gratitude, and we have been digging deep concerning this program on how everyone can practice gratitude and how it can help us in our life, in our relationships. So today we are um, sharing about stronger relationships. Um, I know as a family person that gratitude goes a long way. For example, for husband and wife, for parents and children, when you get something for your child or your husband gets for you and you were able to say thank you, you show that gratitude, it motivates that person very well to do another thing more. And yeah, there is this strong relationship that it helps to build. It helps us in every area of our lives, even in another person, like somebody do even if it's little, no matter how little it is, you show gratitude, you show thankful. There is one family that we always use as an example here. They are also they are from Benin. The man is a pastor.
Mm,
Anytime you do, even if it's a tiny thing that he didn't supposed to thank you, he will thank you, oh, thank you. Every time he see you, he will continue to
mm,
thank you. You know,
mm,
sometimes I will sit down and say, God, please help me. Just help me to tap from this grace this man has and the wife.
mm,
Everywhere they see you, they will thank you for what that have happened since. They will still thank you. So that kind of thing helps even that the person that do it to feel much better. It's not like they are doing it for you to thank them or show gratitude, but all of these things count very well. If you give somebody something today and it didn't show any gratitude, it didn't show appreciation, in your mind it will be like, I think he didn't like that thing I did, or he didn't like that thing I give. So no need of me doing another thing, because I don't know if you will appreciate it. I don't know if you know something like that. But when that person show that appreciation, it moves,
Mm.
it builds relationship, stronger one. Yes, that's what we are here today to tell us. That is very, very good. We practice gratitude at every point in our lives. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very, very much for that. It's totally right. And that's why every time we are here, we show our appreciation for our followers and those who support us off and online. We are grateful people and we want to equally attract grateful people to ourselves because on the platform we even work with, we are also trained in showing gratitude because not only in just the family relationship or social relationships, it goes beyond that. If
Mm,
for those who are very very should I say very very aware of themselves, they know that as they show gratitude, it attracts to them a lot of good things that helps them to see that yes, gratitude is a power and a force that enhances one's life in every facet. So we are encouraging those who are watching today. You can equally show gratitude to those around you, not necessarily if they've done something, but just for being there, you know? So let's continue to be improving or increasing our attitudes when it comes to gratitude so that we can foster stronger relationships with those around us. Okay. And in line with developing stronger relationships, one thing that will help us very much is to have empathy. Yes, empathy is a big factor. And that's why the next point we'll be discussing is increased empathy. So, my sister, is there something you'd like to say on this, please?
okay, it's still in line with what we're saying. Developing empathy is a very, very nice one, because if we show gratitude, if we are happy and appreciative enough, it can also connect to whoever that is close to us, or wherever we go we connect it to people, seeing people the way they are, see the different, because if you are not a grateful person, there is no way you can see good thing in anybody's life. Whatever anybody does is not good for you because you are not a grateful person. But if you practice this empathy, you'll be able to, you know it that this person is a human being. He can do this, he can do that. That is what the power of gratitude can do in our lives. It helps us to see others, see the world the way it is, see people the way they are, and not condemning like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, my sister.
Yeah.
So, yes, the word itself, empathy, shows fellow feeling. In other words, putting yourself in others' shoes.
Mm,
We always teach our kids to develop empathy because it's important not to just think about themselves alone, but also to go a step further and put themselves in others' shoes. In other
mm,
words, they may imagine to themselves, if this were me, how would I want to be treated? If I was in this situation, what kind of support would I need? The same thing happens in the business circle. That's why every time we talk about our business community, we boast about it and saying it's a fantastic community because we have empathy, not just from those in the lead, but even those that are of the same status as us, they can be
mm,
very, very empathetic. Of course, we recognize that people can be busy and people have their own lives, ups and downs, that would make them not respond at the immediate or supposed time that is expected. But at the
Mm,
same time, we also recognize that as we show empathy, people would always reciprocate. And this reciprocity of empathy is like a grease or like the oil that's in a machine. It helps relationships work smoothly, it helps colleagues work better, it helps families function better. So let's continue to express our empathy and find ways, little ways to improve in showing empathy. I would give an example of a taxi driver whom I heard about. The taxi driver, while not very good with English, it happened here in Korea, while not being good in English, but would do his best to engage his clients in discussions, and most of his questions are always very empathetic questions, questions that shows interest in the other person, questions that show how they cope or that ask about their lives in Korea and things like that. Eventually, unfortunately, there was a day this man had a client in his taxi, and what happened? They were just relating and relating, but suddenly the passenger realized the man was not relating anymore. He never knew that the man had suffered a heart attack while
gee,
stopped at the red light. And what happened? Fortunately for him, he went ahead and checked to know what was going on, and that was how the man's life was saved, because he had shown empathy, and this stranger
mm,
who he didn't know but he showed empathy to equally reciprocated the empathy, called for emergency help, and fortunately, the elderly man was saved. So, this is just one little example. As I said when I started this story, it was unfortunate that he had a heart attack, but it ended positively in that he was fortunate to have someone to whom he had shown empathy, and the
mm,
reciprocity has saved his life. So we all may not have to go through a very similar situation, but we never know. It may be someone that will do a favor to your child just because of the
mm.
empathy you showed them. It
Good.
may be
Yeah.
someone,
Right.
yeah, it may be someone who would defend you behind your back just because of the
It's,
empathy you showed them. So we never know where our human angels will come from, but all we need to do is to continue to be empathetic to all. After all, the
mm,
Bible said you should treat strangers nicely because you may never know when you host angels. And that's the truth. You may never know when you will host angels that will bring you favors. So let's learn from these little examples we've put out today. And hopefully, we can build on our empathetic selves. All right, followers and friends, we have come to another conclusion of our presentation today. As usual, we would like to remind you right next to our names, you can see our website in front of you. Please go there and you can register for our webinars. Our webinars are always on weekly. So every time you see us, remember the webinars. Register for them, watch them, you'll get more insight. We are giving you just about 10 to 15 minutes of broadcast when we come here. But on the webinar, you will have a whole lot more information, a whole lot more insight, and you'll have better clarity. Besides that, please remember, as my sister said already, every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:40 p.m. we always bring you our programs. So please stay tuned and help us by being empathetic with us, showing us your love and support, bringing us your questions as well. And finally, we want to say thank you for those who have watched this, and for those who will watch the replay, thank you very much. And may I just say this as a reminder again. My sister said it the other day that because of probably a technical glitch, we don't know why, we cannot show this live on Facebook. So right now, you will see this if you go on our YouTube channels. And if you know the business name already, or if you know the website, the YouTube channel corresponds to that. So we hope to see you then. And thank you for tonight.
Thank
It's
you
time to
so
say
much.
goodbye. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Have a good night from South Korea. We'll see you again. Bye.
Oh, bye.